In today's episode, we're sculpting this, which means we're carving this into this. We'll show you how we do it, work some mad detailing magic, recap our sculpture, and dazzle you with breathtaking cinematics. Looking for top 5 entertainment for the next 60 minutes? Then park it right here and stick around. Hey, good morning, good day, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, City Sculptor, and you have made your way back to Pengasas Bay. Hey, it's great to have you here, and it's another lovely day in the Bay. And we're looking at the subject of today's build, which is the Ocean's Gate Island. Yeah, you remember our crossing at Ocean's Gate. Well, we've got an island to tackle, and I'm really looking forward to it. But before we jump into that, today is an important milestone. Today marks our 50th anniversary for Pengasas Bay. Ha! I am shocked and amazed, blessed and humbled that you have been along with me on this journey for the previous 49 episodes. It's been a lot of fun. Now, we've seen a lot of ups and downs, and then some back ups again, and then maybe some back downs again, and it really has been an enjoyable time for me to be able to bring you along on this journey as well. And for me, it's been a blast to be able to make some new episodes for you guys over this past year. It's really been it's just been a lot of fun. Now, I've learned a lot about the CS2 game mechanics during this past year and about the size of the assets as they relate to the map and just so many things, tips and tricks along the way, and comments from you wonderful viewers too about how to make things better or maybe different or more interesting. I can't thank you guys enough for that. This has really been a lot of fun. Now, I'm looking forward to, taking all of these learnings to our next Grand Vanillica series, which should kick off maybe in the next month or so. We'll kind of keep things rolling. Now, as I mentioned in our last episode, we're in the home stretch for Pengasas Bay. There's just a couple more episodes to go, and I'm really excited about these last few builds, starting specifically today out here on Ocean's Gate Island. This one should be a lot of fun and should create some, unique and additional challenges when working on this island setting because, we've got this big kind of man-made plateau area here, landing space, if you will, for the Ocean's Gate crossing. But then you've got that organic-looking island, or series of islands, really, kind of, it's kind of right down in here. Just a whole bunch of little things going on. So this should be a lot of fun. Mostly, we're going to be bringing in residential in this build, with some commercial shopping, and then, of course, a nice, lovely public beach as well. So, should be a lot of fun. Anyhow, I just threw a ton at you guys, and so with all that as a backdrop, let's do this. Before we jump in and start building out the road network in this island, there's something I want to do downtown here. During one of these recent episodes, I unlocked a special building, a unique building, and let's see, it's called the Waveform Tower. It's this one right here. It's this really super tall tower. And I wanted to drop it into downtown because, well, it's +6 well-being within 1.5 kilometers, and I would expect to see a really tall skyscraper in downtown. And my thought was, I'm just going to drop it into this square right here. I already have a parking garage there and some office buildings there. So let's come in here and take this street out, and then we're going to de-zone those blocks there and take those buildings out. And then let's just jump in here and grab that Waveform Tower. And let's see here. I think it should fit in here. Oh, it does. It just fits. Let's drop that right in there. There you go. And now you've got a really tall tower in downtown, which is, that's really the place that it should be. Ooh, very cool looking too, by the way. A nice architectural design. All right, exciting. Okay, let's jump back over onto our Ocean's Gate Island here and start building out our road network. It's a funny shaped little piece of land, so I think we need to do our best to kind of honor what's going on here. Just kind of topography wise. Let's just look at this here. I'm going to turn on these contour lines, and you can see I've got this medium road here that starts to head off in this direction, and I've got these contour lines that kind of zigzag and wind their way around. I want to make sure that we're playing with those as well. So let's jump out here first of all. Just create a little piece of land that runs out, a little road that runs out like so. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to come back here and just take that piece out. And then let's follow along this line here. So in order to do so, I want to grab just a level terrain tool. Just kind of tighten that up a little bit. Yeah, something like that. And now we can use that little ridge, if you will, and build our road off of it. Now, if I come out just a little bit further maybe, and then turn on our continuous curve, we're going to come out like so, bend that around this curve here. Try not to disrupt that little piece of land that we just formed up here. Come down straight for a little bit, bend around this curve, Go straight a little bit longer. Bend down. Wind back around. Yeah, something like that. I just wanted to have a little bit of character making its way out here to the end of this island structure. And then we can build in our road network kind of coming off of that. I want to have a 2-lane road that stems out of here. Just run straight out. Turn off that line. Turn off those grids. Just run out to here, let's just say. And then I want to connect that alley road across. There we go. Box that in. And now let's make our way down around the rest of the island. Let's see here. I want to make sure that I've got a nice little change in relief, if you will. So let's pick an elevation that's a little bit lower, maybe something down along here, and just come down right along here, because I want this to be a little bit of a waterfront kind of a housing road down here. And then it looks like I've got a little bit of a rise that comes through here too. Let's just, let's pick this elevation here and kind of channel that out a little bit, work our way up to that. And now we can put a little road that kind of winds its way in through there as well. So let's go straight out like so. Continuous curve. And then leave that there for right now. I need to come out from here and just run a road straight down, maybe to about there. And then run all the way straight across here again. And then let's snake down along the shore here and reconnect back over there, so it'll become kind of a bit of a loop. In order to do so, I want to just tighten that up a little bit. I'll put on my continuous curve, although I don't think I'll need it actually. Let's just keep going straight for right now. Bring that out to here, and now bend around this corner. Yeah, something like that. And now we can snake this road back down into here just to finish things off. Yeah, something like that. Now let's connect up these little tiny little dotted islands here. I want to come out from maybe this little straightaway here. Just come straight out in this direction. And then I will jump across the water here. And then add a little alley road that just kind of snakes its way or makes its way down along the shore here. Let's try curving. Let's just see what that looks like. Yeah, I can drop some buildings in there. Okay, now let's come across onto this island here. Maybe smooth that out just a little bit. Yeah, and then we're going to bend this one just to kind of come right straight up along here. Great. And then let's run straight up along here with a 2-lane road. Maybe something from here right straight into this end piece here. Yeah, like that. And then let's come out here as well. Let's maybe just go straight out of there. And then hopscotch across to this little piece of island right over here. And then finish it off with a little alley road that just curves. Comes out, curves out to here. There we go. Throw a couple more buildings out there. Yeah, and I think that's going to make really good use of these little channel aisles, if you will, to put some housing in there. Cool. All right, so now let's come back in here and build out kind of the next elevation, if you will, so we can put some homes up here. I want to draw this line straight across here. And that should give us plenty of room down here, you know, kind of at sea level to build some homes. And then I want to use this advantage, this height that's up here behind it, and just bring in a little bit of height right back in there. Do the same thing down along here. And I think what we can do now is use a medium road here and draw in, let's get our elevation steps way down. Draw in kind of an elevated wall here, or road here that's going to come out kind of in that key wall configuration here. I want to make sure that I get it as flat as I possibly can. -1/10 of a degree is pretty darn good. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I can downgrade those all to alley roads. Yeah, and now I should be able to squeeze little row homes down in here and then be able to put some medium density homes right up on this ridge up above it. Let's come back in here and connect those up. So we just want to touch up our topography here. Maybe to use this little road here. Come from here and snake right through there. And can we do something similar on this side? I think we probably could. We could just come right through here. Yeah, something like that. And now we can jump out of those and bring in our roads. So let's use a continuous curve. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Now we should be able to put some higher or some taller buildings up on this ridge here above these row homes. And then we're going to create a nice little decorative beach down here. Yeah, okay. All right. Road grid in place. Sorry that took a while, but I really like the way that that's shaping up. So with the road grid in place, let's jump down in here and do some services. One of the things I want to put in this space here, and I actually used to have it here, is this big communications tower. Where is it? Telecom tower. That's the one. It fits right in this little corner here. And I had that once upon a time. Back when we first built out this episode, and I thought it looked really appropriate. They're standing at kind of the entrance, if you will, to Pengasas Bay with the ships coming and going, and you got the Nezanoila Tower across the way there. I thought that looked pretty cool. And then this is a great little spot for us to drop in services because it's just kind of out of the way, and it sits above the kind of the tunnel entrance here. So I thought, let's drop in. Maybe at a small post office down in here, just right up against that there. It kind of has that same kind of vibe to it. And then maybe we'll put in a fire station down in here. Just do that. And then let's put in a medical clinic too, just so we have medical service coming into this space out here. Maybe, in fact, I'll bump that up so it's right up against this road here. Just do that. And then that would allow us to drop in, I don't know, maybe a park or something down along here. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But yeah, those are kind of the services that I need out here. And I think then let's just kind of finish off this little road thing here with let's start with an alley road. I'm going to turn this off and this off. We're just going to come straight out of here. There we go. Now we've got a nice little kind of framed up area there. And now we can come in and just terraform and touch those up as well. Okay, very nice. And we also have additional space here too, if I want to, certainly I can expand these buildings. Let's do that. That kind of completes the whole look down in there. Very nice. Look at all the ambulances taken off too. Okay, very good. Let's start figuring out how to build out the rest of this space. The first thing that jumps out to me is this little space down in here. I'd like to put in a walking commercial district kind of down along in here. And in fact, I know I just put this road in, but let's take that out. And I want to come back in here and just check out the terrain a little bit. Let's grab this elevation, push that out here. Yeah, something like that. And then we can come out. Let's just grab this alley road here and come straight out across here. I want to bring this right straight across. And then this will be a good spot for a bus station or bus terminal. And then I can come out of here with a pedestrian road. Let's just jump right off of this intersection, come out like so. And then that'll allow us to maybe extend this road up here like this. And then let's drop in a little bus station down in here. This small bus station? What do you think? Just right down along this space here. I don't want it to go there. There we go. Maybe up in there. Yeah, and then now we can put in some commercial stuff right down along in here. Maybe some higher density commercial in here along this valley street, and then some low density stuff down here along the water. So one of the things I want to do is I want to drop in an elementary school here, maybe a small one down in this little space down here. I think we probably need to do that because we're going to put in a lot of residential out here in this area, and it'd be nice to have that, kind of serving this island community out here. So let's do that. And then let's put in a little path that maybe runs down along here. Yeah, something to frame up the elementary school. We've got our little bus station in here, and I wonder if I can take that and just kind of nudge that over so it's closer to the school. And then, that's right, we got these little upgrades. I don't think I need extra platforms, a taxi stop, station services. Well, let's do that. Let's put those in. Well, it looks like it extended out over there and really extended that pavement or that tile paver kind of look to it. Yeah, we could put some green plants and flowers in there. Yeah, that'll be nice. Okay, cool. All right, so now let's lay out our commercial shops in this space. And I think what I want to do is I want to put in some small little, maybe some small little European style ones down here along this area, and then maybe work in some larger, high density shops down in there. So let's start with, let's go European. There we go. Okay, so now those are building in. I like that. That's going to be kind of neat. Let's put a little 3x3 down in here. Can we do? It'll be 2x. I think it'll be 2x3. So let's maybe just put a little 2x2 in there, and then another one. Just a little bit of variety in here. Oh, the rain's starting to come down. Okay, now that'll be a nice little walking area. Oh, that'll be cool. And then let's come back in here and do some medium density. First of all, let's put little small low density ones right along this edge here. There we go. And now I can run in behind it with maybe just a little alley road here, just to sneak in back here. There, and now I can add maybe another little alley road right here. Drop in some small shops along here, but let's put a taller, higher density one right in there. Maybe North American style high density business right there, 4x4. And then a European high density right next to it. With a couple of EU low densities tucked in behind it. Now we'll have to create walking access to there. But before we do that, let's just kind of continue along our little journey here. I think I'd like to reclaim some of these build squares with our path. And then come in with maybe some North American this time. A little 2x4 there, or 2x2 I should say. A couple of European. And then one nice 2x4 in the European style there. And then maybe a couple of little small ones right down along here too. And I think I'd like to have them all facing this little road back here. So let's just do that. Yeah, that's going to be better. All right, great. And now we've got the workings of a nice little commercial district back down in here. I think that'll be really nice. Okay, let's jump on over in here. And I think this is where we have the opportunity to put in some mixed use right down in this space here. So before I do that, let's jump in here and fix this road because this is a little weird. I'm going to take this and bring that out and bring this out as well. I want to create a real bridge there. I don't want it to look like it's I don't know. It looks like it was kind of damming up the water, and we don't want to do that. Yeah, okay. And now I can come back down to the ground level here. I don't really like the way that looks, but I think it'll be okay. Now let's come out of here and build that arc again. Let's see, was it going out something like this? Yeah, that looks a lot better. There, now it's a natural looking bridge. So let's come in here and build out a little waterfront road here. Maybe just a little tiny, like an alleyway? Or should we do a pedestrian street? Maybe let's do that. Let's turn off all of our snaps. I just want to run right along this edge here. Let's turn on this continuous curve. And I just want to stay right up along the edge of the water here. Yeah, like so. That's kind of cool. And then if I come back in here and attach off of this one, run back along here. Yeah, something like that. Now we could build right along this little walkway here. Let's run an alley road out straight from there. Yeah, something like that. And then that gives us the opportunity to put some mixed use down kind of along here. Although I do need to use this, turn off this, and secure up all these build squares coming from the other side. And then now we can come in with some European style mixed use.
And then let's go with maybe a North American high density 2x2 right back there. And that'll give a little pop of height. Then I can come in down in here with some medium density, maybe European style medium density houses. And then we'll drop in just a little bit of North American row right here. And I think, yeah, you can see our medium density demand meter is really, it's cratering at the moment. But that's okay. We've got some densification coming in here on the island. I think this is going to be great. Now let's jump out and tackle some of these homes right out here. This could be kind of neat. This could be a neat little place for us to drop in some waterfront housing. And we do like that European style. Let's just drop those in there. Maybe a 3x3 down there. There you go. Some nice homes right along there. That'll be great. So that's filling in a little bit. Now let's turn our attention to some additional height on the island. I think I'd like to put in some high density towers back in here a little bit. Maybe nothing too extreme, but maybe one or two that are going to be really large. And then I think another thing we should probably do is create access for this road back down here to Valley Street. Across the street from that elementary school, we can come out with a straight line. And then I have to kind of meander a road back down into there. So let's create an elevation change that gets us from here. Yeah, something like that. I like that. That's kind of cool. So let's jump in here and kind of recreate what we did on this side right in this space here. We've got this kind of a terraced look going on in here. I like that. I'd like to bring in just kind of this this curve here. We're going to work right along this curve. And then if I bring in a larger road, let's see here. Let's go with a very large road. 6-lane divided. Yeah, okay, so that's a big road. We don't need to do that, but we just need to have that downgraded now to a little alley road. Yeah, see, that's kind of cool. A nice little retaining wall look there. And then I can come in, let's say behind it, and connect into it with just a regular 2-lane road. Let's go from here. Wonder if I can just come straight out of the end of that. No, it doesn't like that. Maybe out of there we go. There we go. And I'm trying to keep a lot of little wonky, odd angles in here just for some character. And let's do this. Let's come out of here, right there, with this snaking, continuous curve. Ooh, you know what? We've got this beautiful curve up here. Let's just go right straight out to here, and then come in behind it. Yeah, something like that. Ooh, yeah, maybe. That's not too bad. And then I'll use a sidewalk or something to turn off the build squares down here. We can put some, medium density residential up there as soon as we get demand again. Because one of the things that I'd like to do is, with the medium density, is just use some of that new French row housing down here. So let's just kind of come down along here, just so you can kind of get a feel for what I'm looking at. Is just come in here and go, yeah, maybe a few of these. Just kind of right along here. Just keep those down along the waterfront here. And then we can put in, like I said, a nice little beach here. Let's work on that just a touch, just while we wait for things to fill in here. I think I'd like to take this level terrain tool, get a larger brush, and then pick an elevation maybe here, and bring that out into this space. Let's get an even larger brush size. Just kind of out in here like so. And then we'll slope down to it. Now we'll really decrease our brush size and just kind of get out here where, let's see. Yeah, let's pick our elevation here and then just slope down from here. Yeah, something like that. Now we can come back in with a larger brush size and just kind of smooth out the edges of this. Yeah, the idea is to build a nice gentle decline down in there. And then, in fact, I can get a smaller brush now and just kind of come back down here and do the same. And I'd like to keep this little rugged little cove down in here. I could probably drop some rocks in there and just kind of thicken that up a little bit with, just kind of debris and rocks and whatnot. Not debris, but, wild vegetation and so forth. And then we can put in a sand beach down in here, maybe some sidewalks and pathing, and make it just like a nice little beach promenade. Ooh, here we go. Now our little French homes are starting to pop in here. Look at that. Those are so cute. Look at that. That's so cool. And that white look is something that I just was looking for kind of down here along the water too. Little beach houses, little summer beach houses, down along the shore. I think that's going to be really cool. Awesome. All right. Now let's jump back over to, here. I think we should put some of those larger, European waterfront homes down along here too. Maybe 3x4. Yeah, but let's not go right to the end there. Let's go here and here. And then here. And yeah, there we go. That's probably good. And then let's come in this way and do some even larger ones. In fact, no, let's put some medium density in there. Let's go European style, medium density. And then we'll drop in just a little bit of parking out here. Just a little bit. A tiny parking lot. Probably right down along the water here. Turn all of our snaps back on. Yeah, right along the edge of the bridge there. That's probably good. Then maybe we can make this like a little secondary beach here. Now, one of the other things I want to do is I want to bring in a little bit of light industry, and then a commercial piece as well. And I thought maybe I just kind of stem out of here and bring this all the way out. Let's keep that square off. Yeah, I don't want to connect to the highway there. I want to get up nice and close to it though. So let's just go here, and then we can run this out. Maybe to about here. And I thought it might be kind of interesting to have just some little light industry buildings and stuff down along this area here that might be reflective of, say, I don't know, kind of like freeway side businesses. And then let's just bring this out like so. Yeah, like that. And what that'll allow us to do is let's just get a big, like a North American business out in this space here. And then I could drop in like a couple of North American retail shops here. Maybe just a little light industry just pops in there, and then some more North American. It's just kind of this little hodgepodge, this little mix of just kind of rugged. Maybe it's kind of I know there's not going to be a seedy part of town here, but just maybe the little less elegant, if you will. Less elegant. We'll just put it like that. And hopefully there won't be any smokestacks or anything like that. It'll just be just kind of normal, industrial type looking buildings in there. And then that gives us kind of this, this space filled in over here. You can see our demand meters are just really low right now for everything except for commercial and high density real estate. And so that gives us the opportunity to put in some high density real estate. And let's just do that. Residential. I want to come in with some European high density. So let's go, European style high density. Maybe one big piece right. Let's put it right here where we can. We can do this big 5x5 there. Well, no. Let's see. I think that was 2 pieces. There we go. Yeah, I want one big tall one there. And then I'll come in with maybe some 3x4s here. And you can see our demand is already, must be plummeted because, we're not even filling any of these things in. So we'll come back in there and do that as we can. Let's drop in some more commercial. We need to do that. Let's find some spots for that though. Let's take this sidewalk out now. See if I can drop in some more commercial shops right down along here. And then maybe another piece right here in the corner here. Can we do a 3x3? Sure can. And then we can do another one right next to it. And then a nice little corner shop right here, 3x3 in that spot. Now you can see our demand meters are all just pretty much done. So, and this is the challenge that, again, I mentioned in our previous episode, is that I guess our population's starting to go up again, but what's the reason for this? And why can't I build anything anywhere anymore? The city just seems to be stalling out. My intent is to come down into here now too. You can see those little French oceanside little villas starting to pop in there too. I think I might want to try. Let's do this. Let's grab, since we're just kind of playing around now, let's grab the German style. I think there was like a German style medium density where you could do maybe just like a little, I don't have any demand, so I won't know. Let's let the game run for a little bit and see if we can get those demand meters back up.
All right, so it's starting to fill in really nicely now, finally. It took a little while for a lot of the buildings to grow in, and you can see I've done a few things along the way. I extended kind of this road down here on the side here, and I just added a bunch of little small industry and commercial buildings down in there. What I'd like to do is really kind of, give this a texture of its own in here. Anyhow, let's talk a little bit about what we need to do next, because I think this is probably going to be a good place for us to jump in and do a beautification time lapse. I'll start by talking about this here. With all of this addition of industry and commercial down and along here, I think what I'd like to do is extend some concrete surfaces in here and just make this more of a solid, obviously man-made looking structure piece down here. Maybe add some of those sound barriers up along the freeway here just to kind of give it some additional detail. Maybe down in here, I think we could put like a nice little walking nature park down in through this area. Kind of really take advantage of some of the changes in elevation that exist in here just a little bit. It's subtle. It's a little island, so can't do a lot there. And then I want to thicken this up, kind of like a nice little grove in here. Obviously, I need to come in and smooth out some of these really harsh terrain tearing, artifacts that are going on in here. Make that happen. I want to take you down this little boulevard real quick because I have a whole mix of different types of, row type housing down in here, and I think that adds a lot of character. One of the things I want to do is build out this beach, and I got to thinking about this too. Is let's flatten this area out a little bit and make just like a little bit of a green space out here, just as a promenade, a buffer, a park promenade area here. I can increase the slope out into this water out here just to make a nice light turquoise color beach out here. I can come in and smooth this out and add some forestry up in here too, just to kind of thicken it up a little bit. But then I think I'd like to keep things pretty modest out here in this space. Maybe add a few trees in the back of these buildings here. And then let's just jump in here and make sure that we kind of clean things up here in our shopping district, although I do like the way it's looking and feeling. And you can see our bus lines are moving in and out. We're bringing in passengers, and then we've got a loop all the way around the island too. So there's a lot to tackle here, but I think it should be a lot of fun, and I think it's going to turn out really elegant, especially as you start looking at how this is the approach, if you will, to Pengasas Bay. I think it's going to work in really nice. So, all right, why don't you guys sit back, relax, enjoy the time lapse, and we'll catch you here afterwards where we can recap our sculpture.
All right, welcome back, and I give you Ocean's Gate Isle. Yeah, that was the subject of today's build, and I just really love the way that this one turned out. This one was a lot of fun to build, and it challenged me in some different ways that I haven't been challenged before, especially when it comes to dotting all those little bitty islands that are kind of strewn around. So this is going to be a lot of fun. There's so much to get into, so let's just dive right on in. Okay, we started off with, if you recall, this part was already built out. I mean, just the landing platform was built out many episodes ago when we built our Ocean's Gate crossing. And if you haven't watched that episode, be sure to go check that one out. It was a really entertaining one. But in this area, I decided to add some more, rugged, man-made look about it. And the reason is because it is clearly a man-made platform that begins the Ocean's Gate crossing tunnel and makes its way under the bay. So I wanted to make sure that it was really clearly a man-made item. And then you've got the more organic look and feel as we make our way over to the rest of the island, which we'll get into in just a minute. Now, in order to set this apart, I added in some concrete surfaces. You can see lots of concrete in here, so it definitely has a man-made look and feel about it. I added in these sound barriers, if you will, just to give it more of a finished look and feel. And then those tunnel entrances, we added some decorative trees in the center part with some decorative flowers, and then some bushes and scrub and scrabble, if you will, kind of up and along this area in here. And I think it's kind of a really nice look. In fact, as I back out and take a look at it in total, it really does have a nice look and feel about it. I just love the way it turned out. Let's dive right on and down over here too. You got the telecom tower here, and we did have that originally in our original build. We had to take it out because of cost-cutting measures, as you recall. I brought it back in, and I'm happy to say that we're still making good money now in Pengasas Bay. But I think it's a perfect complement to the Nesanoila Tower that's across the way there, and really serves as a great entrance into the harbor. You can see all the ships coming and going. Now, diving down in here, again, I've got these little, commercial buildings and manufacturing buildings in there and so forth. So there's a good variety of different little, I'd call them light industry buildings in there. Down in this corner, I added some sand down in here with some scrabble and trees and so forth. So you kind of have this unfinished look about it. And then we've got our medical facility, our clinic, just kind of sitting out here on the top of the tunnel entrance. It's got adequate services for this island area too, and probably servicing some of the nearby areas as well. We've got our firehouse down in here, cute little firehouse looking out over the water. And then, of course, our postal office. I just dig the little postal assets in this game, too. Just a little package there. It's on the sign and the bright yellow buildings. I think it's kind of a cool look. All right, let's move along to our bus station. And we dropped in this big bus station. As you can see, it's getting a pretty good workout here. We're getting people coming and going. They're starting to make their way in and out along the trams. And I dropped in this little sidewalk. You can see somebody's coming in out there right now. I dropped in that sidewalk because I noticed that people were just marching across the grass, and I thought, well, let's put in a sidewalk. And then, you've got all these different service buildings in here where people can come and maybe get a soft drink or a sandwich or something like that as they wait for their transport, connecting them to their next line. So the bus station's getting a good workout. Now, our elementary school is sitting over here, and you can see there are some students waiting outside, maybe some teachers out there with them, waiting for their parents to show up. And then, of course, we got the little playground in the back there. But it's a nice welcome addition into this area that you can see is heavily populated with residential. Lots of residential in this space, so we needed that elementary school in here. Okay, let's continue into our shopping district. And one of the things you'll notice right away is lots of pedestrian traffic all throughout the shopping district down in here. Lots of nice little bayside shops and stores in there, little specialty stores. And I thought, what a great little place to come and hang out and maybe, do your grocery shopping or get a bite to eat or something along that line. There's a furniture shop down in here. And then one of the things I want to call your attention to as I just jump over this little area here is I finished in with this nice little retaining wall and walk path that makes its way down along the shore. I wanted to do something that was a nice finished element kind of along the shorefront here, as opposed to it just being sloping down into the water. And I think this really fits the bill there. Just a nice, neat little place. You could come and walk along that retaining wall, but it also just kind of signifies that this is definitely the outer edge of that commercial district. We'll continue our journey, and you can see I've got some row homes down along here and some medium density homes down along there, and another walking section down here with mixed use. I wanted to make sure I dropped that in there as well as an extension, of kind of the walkability, if you will, to the nearby shopping district. And you've got some shops and homes that are just down along here. I think that turned out just great. And then let's go out to one of our first islands here. this is our first one. It's the most basic one I think that we probably have. Where you can see I've got 5 or 6 little European style waterfront houses down there. And I didn't want it to get too busy, although I wanted to add some natural elements. So I brought in some rocks and some shrubs and a couple of trees on the backside, but nothing that's really in line of sight. And then let's jump over to the next island here. We can see a lot more rock. And I thought that might be, that might be appropriate, that you might have a lot of rock and stone and boulders and so forth kind of down along the shoreline, especially at the entrance to a big channel. You would want to make sure that you had lots of stone in there to keep the shore from eroding away. And then you've got these North American style waterfront homes down in here with the, this medium density European style homes in behind it. Now, if I zoom out like this just a little bit, now that's quite a view as you're looking across the channel entrance to the Nasanoila Tower, and out here out on the waters as all the ships come and go into Pengasas Bay. And here's that third little island down here. Again, very simple, very straightforward, but just 3 little houses down here with some nice rock and tree, tree features and some plants and bushes and shrubs. But again, it has kind of a wild feel kind of coming into the channel entrance of Pengasas Bay. Let's jump into the interior of the island a little bit, where we've got this nice main road that makes its way through with lots of shops and stores, kind of flanking that up all the way down through there. And then you transition up this hill. There are lots of different elements of height in this build. So you can see there's kind of a medium level, and then you get up to a little higher level, and then there's another higher level back over in that area where these condo towers come into play. And so we added lots of different layers coming into this build. And this area up here, you can see all these medium density style homes up here. There's a variety of different styles too. You got French, you've got European style, you got North American, and I even mixed in, I think, maybe a higher density European style home tower back up in here, just to kind of mix it up. I wanted it to feel like it is just kind of an open type island where lots of different developers came in and built their towers. Continuing up in height, speaking of towers, you've got these big condo towers that sit up here on the top of the island, and it kind of gives you the vibe of maybe a Clearwater, Florida, or Miami or something along that line, with these big, beautiful condo towers that overlook. You can see the ocean in the distance, and as I spin around this way, you can see over to the central part of the bay and downtown sports complex. So you've got a lot of great views from some of these towers up top. And then I want to just jump back over here to the entrance again real quick, where you've got this curved little area down here. That was a lot of fun to build in, and it just sits just ever so slightly up above this main street here. As you can see, we're kind of coming down towards the beach down along over there. But you've got a variety of these little medium density homes that are in here. You've got North American, you've got German, you've got European, and you've got French, with some parking tucked in behind there up on the ridge as well, and some row homes that make their way up the rise as well. All right, let's take a look at some of the row homes, speaking of, down along the waterfront here. You've got the European style, you've got the French style, and I wanted to mix it up a little bit. We've got some German style in here. I love those orange roofs. And then you back to North American style, and I dropped in parking, as you can see, in between all of these, just so we had good parking for this area. More North American, more French, another little parking lot, and more French, and then more German, and then North American with another parking lot down at the end. And it's right down here along the waterfront and right down there along the beach. And speaking of beaches, that brings us to our top 5 design element. Yeah, it's the beach at Ocean's Gate Park. And I love the way this turned out. A great public beach and a great place for people to come and gather. And I just think it's a welcome addition to this space over here. Let's jump right on in. I put in one of the in-game parks here. Looks like we've got a couple of homeless that are pitching tents in there. That's unfortunate. But yeah, I wanted to make sure we had an anchor for people to come in here and make it as a destination so people would walk through the area. And as it turns out, they're walking through the area anyhow. You can see some of our geometric patterns as we make our way through the park here. You've got people walking through the park. And I want to jump down in here. I've got changing booths right down here where you can see the little 2 outhouses there. And then I've got these little center islands that have just kind of nice little planter boxes with flowers and trees. As you continue along, at one of the park entrances here, you've got an information booth and some food. And then you've got this fountain with some nice little benches in there. Great places to come and relax. Now, as I make my way to the center part of the park, or they made the main approach, if you will, I've got lots of parking stalls in there. I've got some food vendors that are out in front. I've got that lovely water fountain that really serves as kind of the centerpiece of the welcoming piece to this area. I've got some hanging chairs that are right down here along the shoreline, and if you ask me, that'd be a great place to just hang out and read a book and listen to the waves lapping up along the sand. And then making our way down along further here, you can see a couple more of those little garden spaces where people can come and hang out. Then you've got this little wonderful area where the kiddos can come and play. And a couple benches so mom and dad can maybe watch them, but nice play sets and playground equipment just to go and have some fun out there in the fresh air. And then as you get down onto the beach itself, I've got a whole variety of different little chairs and umbrellas set up. You can see some here, and then benches all the way down along this curved sidewalk here. And then, of course, now we've got some more sun chairs out here with some more umbrellas, some more benches making their way down along. A couple of little grass platforms you could just come and hang out on if you wanted to. And then some more chairs out front here. And then, of course, continuing down along here as well, there's this final row of chairs down here. So there you have it. That is the beach at Oceans Gate Park, and of course, Oceans Gate Island in total. So that is going to wrap up today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did, because this one was a lot of fun. Now you're going to want to sit tight and watch the cinematics, because that's going to allow this to come to light in its full glory. Now, just as a reminder, this channel is nothing without you, the wonderful viewers. And so if you saw something that you really liked today, be sure to leave us a comment below. Really love hearing from you guys. And also the engagement really helps with the algorithm to distribute our content to a much wider audience. And that helps us grow and helps us keep improving. A big shout out and a thank you to all of our members, both here and on our Patreon site. Your generosity is much appreciated. And as a reminder, for those of you at the magnificent master level, this is our 50th episode, so your saved game file is waiting for you. So if you're interested in getting saved game files, make sure to join our Patreon page. You can see the details in the comments below. And then also, while you're at it, make sure to chip away at that like button, hammer that subscribe button, and then tickle that notification bell to stay up to date with all the happenings here in Pengasas Bay and our Grand Manilica series as well. Okay, well, with that, I'm going to bid you guys a fond farewell. And until next time, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.